We are about 2 months out from the release of Wicked for Good, which is the follow-up to the original Wicked that came out last year, and they just can't help themselves. The actors don't know how to tone it down. They have to get political, and Ariana Grande shared this on her story on Instagram, and this was like a post from somebody. Phil, you might know this guy. His name is Matt Berenstein. He's some type of activist on the left, right? Sound familiar? Okay. Well, this is a post that she reposted on her Instagram story, and it says, remember, we are 2 months out from the release of a major motion picture that they want to make a bunch of money. Says, I want to check in with Trump voters. I have one very genuine question. It's not genuine. I'm sorry. I'm already adding to it, but it's not genuine. It's been 250 days now that immigrants have been violently torn from their families and communities have been destroyed. Now that trans people have been blamed for virtually everything and live in fear. Now that free speech is on the brink of collapse for us all. Has your life gotten better? Have your groceries gotten cheaper? Has your health insurance premium gone down? Has your work-life balance improved? Have you taken a vacation yet? Are you happier? Has the widespread suffering of others paid off for you in the way he promised it would, or are you still waiting? Thoughts?
I mean, I think that she should eat a sandwich, get off the Ozempic. She should be more worried about her own health than trying to delve into politics. If you look at her, she looks like she's about to die.
Yep.
She looks very ill, and the very ill part is actually that's descriptive. She looks like she has lost weight to the point where she looks like she's, going through chemotherapy or something. She should worry about herself and stay away from politics.
Well, the thing is the White House actually responded. The deputy press secretary responded, and they actually took the time to make sure that they included Ariana Grande's song lyrics in the response. They said, "Save your tears, Ariana." Here, let me put this up on screen for you guys to read. "Save your tears, Ariana, because President Trump's actions ended Joe Biden's inflation crisis and are bringing in trillions in new investment. He even signed an executive order just like magic that paved the way for the FTC to crack down on Ticketmaster for ripping off Ariana Grande's concert-going fans. Get well soon, Ariana." So here's the thing. The first Wicked movie made $756 million at the box office. It did very well. $437 million of that was domestic and $283 of that was international. She releases this condemnation of Trump voters, and I did see people criticizing her decision to, the quote is always alienate half the country. But I think the problem here is you have to understand target audience for films like this. Now, I understand that when you release a movie in theaters, you want to have as wide of a possible audience as possible, but sometimes that actually goes too far. Oftentimes now they sanitize movies so much to the point where you wonder, who is this movie even made for? When it's made for everybody, it's not made for anybody at all. But the thing with Wicked is they know exactly who their audience is. They know exactly who's starring in the movie and who is appealing to what audience, and they're absolutely leaning into it. This is a theater kid movie for theater kids who want to go to the movies rather than go to a play. And this is just, as Phil would say, red meat for the base. If you want to consider their base to be the type of person that goes to these movies. Look, they're not looking to get, you or I. They're not looking to get Mima in middle America or your grandparents. They're looking to get the Redditors and the theater kids to come out to these movies. And it's all right there in how they frame it. They conflate immigrants with illegal immigrants. They say trans people are being blamed for everything, which is in poor taste given that Annunciation was not that long ago at all. Eggs actually have
Annunciation?
The school shooting.
Oh yes.
And eggs actually had, there was whole threads yesterday going around about the price of eggs actually coming down, but none of that is actually the point in any of this, because it's not about actually looking for real political discourse. The person who wrote this, Matt Berenstein, who she was reposting, didn't actually have any intention whatsoever of getting real responses from Trump supporters, because it's just done as a gotcha, basically. Yeah. And the media, and of course, the thing is the White House takes the bait, and they enter into these discussions with celebrities, which then is reframed as Trump White House rages at Ariana Grande, which makes people who may be in the middle or not really paying attention to these things wonder, why are they spending time on something like this? So I think it does, it makes me laugh. Sure, but I'm politically aware and I'm in a bubble of my own, so I see this stuff all the time. But it's kind of like back in the day. I still remember to this day, like before I was really inclined to care about politics, the first real thought I had was like, why is Barack Obama always on these late night shows? Doesn't he have better things to do?
No.
And I understand that this is not the same thing, that we're talking about a deputy spokesperson, a deputy press secretary, but it matters who they decide to make statements about. And you're not going to win over anybody in the middle with these statements. At least I don't believe so. You're certainly not going to get anybody to stop from going to see this movie. At least in my opinion, you're not going to stop anybody that was going to see this movie from going, because the people that are going are exactly the type of person that want to read stuff like this, that want to read quotes from Ariana Grande saying stuff like this. So do you think that this is like, I understand why the celebrities do it. Okay, I get it. So that was one of the questions that I got that I'm going to be answering tomorrow. Is like, why do celebrities feel the need to have to speak on these topics? And I think we all understand why. There is a something about politics, especially if you pay attention, where there's a pull to talk about it because you have strong thoughts on it in ways that feels like maybe, when other topics contain something that you might not know a lot about. A lot of politics is theory and philosophy, and they feel the need to speak about their values, even if they're not well read on the topic. But is it a misplace for the White House to get involved in topics like this? Should they be taking the time to respond in such a way, even if it was clever, including her own song lyrics in the post?
I don't think so. But
I don't think it's a misstep.
No, I don't think it's a misstep. It is. I mean, it is to the red meat to the base.
Yep. For both of them. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think that even though Ariana Grande's, most committed fans probably have, very progressive thoughts and progressive ideas because they are young and they are impressionable.
I don't even think they're young. I think they're like millennials.
Do you really?
And older Gen Z. Like, I don't think of them as like, they're not Gen Alpha. Maybe there are some there, but I think of her as like the audience that's like Mary's age and maybe a little bit above.
That's Gen Z.
Yeah, but that's Gen Z and up, right? Like,
maybe, but I still think that that there's. I mean, look, to me, they're young people, right?
Yes.
I mean,
well, to us, they're young people.
Yes. So I mean, I think that they don't they don't have really well-formed political ideas, and so they go with what sounds nice, which is what the default Democrat, default liberal does. Like they don't think deeply about politics. They say, well, this sounds like the nice thing to vote for, and this is what I want. I want to be a nice person. I vote the way that a nice person would vote. If you don't vote this way, you're voting the way a mean person votes. And that's the extent of their thought process. They don't think beyond that.
We get a 20 over on Rumble. I'm glad I caught this one. Is that from, it's Thu, I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. I'm really sorry. He says, I don't get to catch live often. First super chat. Hi, Brett, Raymond, and Phil. Well, he spelled my name wrong, so it's okay that I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's okay. He says, I don't get to catch live often, but hi, Brett, Raymond, and Phil. Shameless plug. Follow me at Shods Tom on TikTok and Instagram.
There you go.
SHAWDS. All right, man. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate that. Again, like I said, I'm going to play this clip. This was from I was trying to remember where this is from. It was literally not that long ago. If you're wondering out what the base is for Ariana Grande, but here it is. And this was at the VMAs this year when she was giving her speech at the end, thanking them for her win.
Thank you to my therapists and gay people. Yeah. I love you.
Well, why?
Like literally why?
It's because it's
so
just
patronizing.
The nice thing. Yeah, I mean, it's just the PC, politically correct,
like,
nice thing to say.
Thank you, short people, and I will feel validated and seen. If somebody just started saying thank you to short people, out there, that would really make me feel seen and validated. I would appreciate it very
From
much.
now on, I'll end all my sentences with thank you.
You should end next time you're on IRL. You should say thank you to all the short people.
I will.
Look, Cynthia Erivo, who is the other star of Wicked, wherever. Remember that last year? It was like a fever dream.
Yes.
They both looked like they were insane when they were doing these interviews, like keeping each other awake on during the interviews because they couldn't sit up straight. She was in Jesus Christ Superstar. The theater kids aren't exactly known for being the religious type. We understand who the audience is for all of this, and I know that they are perfectly they're energized by this and they love it. But I would caution against the idea that this is going to hurt the box office for this film because, like I said, they were on one of what people perceived as the strangest, weirdest, most off-putting promotional tours for Wicked last year, and the movie still ended up doing great numbers at the box office, despite the fact that there was plenty of critiques about the movie just looking ugly. The music was great, but the movie looked ugly with the way that the CGI was done for all of this. I would caution anybody who thinks that this is going to hurt the box office, or that if they come out, and even for the next 2 months, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande spent it doing nothing but dunking on Trump supporters. This isn't the same thing as Rachel Zegler talking about Snow White, because that's millennials wanting to bring their kids to see Snow White. I don't know how many millennials that even older millennials with kids care about Wicked in the same way that they'd want to bring their kids to it. It's not necessarily the same type of story you grow up with, because it was a play and not something they watched on VHS when they were growing up. I mean, yeah, they've seen The Wizard of Oz, but that's not exactly what we're talking about here.
As for the question about the White House, I think the White House takes any chance they can to make publicly known. They'll dump on you. They'll dump on anyone that they get that says anything bad about them. They love that. Trump loves talking.
Do you think it's a good thing?
Yeah, because it's not going to change anything. The movie's still going to do good, and red meat for us, and I'm happy to go. Let's go.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.